Alright, so it seems like everyone and their step-grandma are talking about this Verbalase situation. I've been hearing about it non-stop, so if you haven't got the gist yet, this YouTuber Verbalase, who does animation content, recently got exposed for spending $50,000 on an animation where he gets seduced by a character in Has-Been Hotel. Now, a lot of the discourse surrounding this controversy has been fairly critical of Verbalase, but some of the criticism I don't really think is as valid as others. A lot of people are just calling the spending cringe. Like, this guy spent 50 grand on a subpar animation because he's turned on by one of the cartoon characters, and is such a coomer that 50 grand was worth it to him to see his fantasy be played out in animation form. Now, I agree, that's definitely cringe. I think it's a lot worse, too, because he's married, and the fact that, like, this is something that turned him on is crazy. But it goes beyond just being cringe. I think what he did here is very manipulative, because this guy gets paid by his fans to make content. His content is fan-funded. People buy his merch, and they support him financially because they think their money's going back into the content they consume. Like, this guy has Patreon, and obviously he's lost a lot of members after this controversy has taken place, because they now know the money they're giving him isn't going toward making more content, but it's going toward fueling his, like, let's say, cartoon P-word addiction. So it's not just a bad financial decision for, like, a myriad of reasons. Like, the quality of the product that he paid for isn't even that great, but let's put that aside. Like, he probably didn't even spend that much money on his wife's wedding ring or his wedding in general, which is ridiculous. Makes you wonder, is his love for his real wife or for a cartoon character? This isn't even a business expense. This is 50 grand on an animation that you can't even post to YouTube without it being demonetized. You're not going to make any money back. It's just dumb. The only reason this guy paid for this animation is because it arouses him. Like, there's no argument you can make that he thought it could be good for YouTube and he'd make the money back or anything. Like, no. It's also bad because in the midst of this drama and everyone figuring out, like, okay, this guy spent 50K on this animation, there's gonna be, like, children that watch this guy who are curious as to what the animation is, and then find it, and then be sent down a bad rabbit hole. Now, Verbalase has not come out with a public response yet, and I don't think he plans to, as I watched a video covering the situation last night, and the person who made the video, who I will link in the description, found out what Verbalase has said in a Discord server, and this message that he wrote basically says that he's not going to be responding publicly to this drama.
And I'm going to read it verbatim for you guys. In his Discord server, January 15th at 3:14, he said, "Hey guys, just wanted to let you know I'm doing pretty good. I'm not feeding into the negativity, and I'm still working on cartoon beatbox battles and puppet beatbox battles. I've talked to professionals, personal friends, and other big YouTubers about this whole thing, and every single one of them advised me not to respond. I asked why, because I really want to put out a statement to clear the air. They told me regardless of what I have to say, once people decide who they think you are, or they have formulated opinions of you, any statements I make regarding anything negative directed towards me is just going to create an argument or cause even more controversy, because people have already made a decision of who they think I am as a person. It's sad, but even though all this is happening, I am extremely calm and doing well. I can't explain why, but I feel like I'm protected, and know that everyone who honestly knows me will not buy into all the crap that's being said about me out there. I'm still going to keep making videos for my fans, but at the same time, I cannot respond to any questions about the negative stuff out there. At the end of the day, everybody 100% has the right to choose what they want to believe in, and it's not my place to tell them what to believe. I love all of you. There's still more videos of CBB and PBB coming out soon. I'll keep you guys posted."
So I completely disagree with his philosophy here, being that responding is not worth it because there's people who won't even care if you respond and they've already made up their mind. Because I think if we look at other creators who have responded when they've been in hot water and have cleared their names, their careers have recovered. I've been very critical of Dream in the past, and I've looked into some of the allegations made against him, but after he cleared his name, well, he did just that. He cleared his name. I don't think you can rightfully call Dream a groomer now. Same thing with Quite. If you remember the Quite situation, he was being accused of some really bad things. He lost some subscribers, but he came out with a very thorough and comprehensive video explaining why he's clear of, you know, whatever the misdeeds he was being accused of, and he was cleared. Now, there are obviously some cases where if someone thinks you're something, you can't make them unthink that, but sometimes I feel like that's a cop-out used to just not respond to valid criticism. Like, this is a valid criticism being made against Verbalase, and then he's just like, oh, well, they don't like me, and then they never will, so it's not worth responding. Well, it's like, bro, you have over 5 million subs on your YouTube channel. People obviously like you. 5 million people have liked you at some point. They appreciate your content. there definitely is something worthwhile in responding to the criticism. Now, that being said, I don't know how you would respond to the criticism, but if you believe you're in the right, then, show us why. Tell us why. We'd love to hear it. The real reason I don't think he wants to respond to the public, and, I'm just speculating here, is because the public is right. Like, he did pay $50K for this Has-Been Hotel animation, and he was wrong for spending that money that was given to him by fans on something that's just like a personal fantasy that he's having. And I also think that he doesn't want to respond because there would be a portion of his fan base that hasn't yet heard of this situation that would now be hearing about it for the first time, and they would look into it by themselves and then choose to no longer support Verbalase. Now, we did a much deeper dive into all this on my live stream, which people are asking me, where do I stream? Just on here, just on my channel. If I'm live, come join. It's always a great time. I'll be coming out with the stream schedule pretty soon, but here's the highlights. Do a video on the Verbalase drama. Okay. The problem with this is when you're late, so this is the vicious cycle. I don't cover something. My chat's like, cover this, cover this, cover this. And by the time they get to me and eventually I bend the knee and I cover it, it's no longer relevant and there's no point in covering it. But yeah, this guy Verbalase has almost 6 million subscribers and he paid like $50,000 for a Has-Been Hotel animation where he gets like seduced by a character from Has-Been Hotel, and this dumbass paid 50 grand for it.
But recently one of his purchases was leaked to the public that I couldn't even see Bill Gates being able to flip a fucking penny on. It's incredible to believe people can turn these nightmares into reality once they get enough money involved, and that nightmare was an animated sex tape between him and a character off of a horror show called Has-Been Hotel, which is pretty
what's
popular.
Going on with this like weird internet media thing where people are getting like these like porn addicts are getting their hands on it? Like, I noticed this was also Digital Circus. Like, what even is Digital Circus? Like, can someone explain to me what that even is? Like, I've seen this shit. It's like literally cartoon animation drawings. I've seen this shit where it's like, for some reason on Twitter, all these LGBTQ trans people are like really into it. And then like, they be like shipping the characters. And it's just weird. Like, I don't understand why it's such like a to some of these people. And same thing with Has-Been Hotel. It's like Has-Been Hotel, Digital Circus, other shit like that. Like, what's that other one? There's like another one of these like weird internet series things that like, I don't know. Helluva Boss. Thank you. Yep, that's it too. It's like these weird internet. Yes, I've seen this. Thank you. It's like this weird shit where there's like these animated, like there's these, I don't even know what you would call them, like these digital YouTube-based IPs, and like these like Twitter people just become obsessed with it. It's so weird. I've seen this too. This like purple weird fucking thing. What is this from? It's like a similar sort of thing. Oh, that's also Digital Circus. Oh, okay.
50 bands for a private artist team to draw Charlie pegging out his morning star while he's tied up on a bed. Probably the last thing that I could even think of creating, but the Verbalase, this has been a lifelong dream of his, and it finally...
Obviously there's Rule 34, but I feel like Rule 34 is saying everything can be made into... Not that everything should get everything about it made into... Yeah, obviously Rule 34 states that like, yeah, there's going to be a little bit of like, for like everything, because like there's always going to be like some freak addicts on the internet, and obviously that's true, I concede that, but why is there so much of this specific stuff? Everything can have, not everything should have. Well, that's obvious. I'm noticing that like specifically these kid adjacent, I don't even know if they're kid adjacent, but like these series specifically have so much of it. Like I'd be seen, and I don't even look for it, obviously, but on Twitter, like I'll click on some people's accounts that like roast me, and then I see their likes. I always check their likes, which you can say is stalking, but like I like to know my enemies. There's a bar from one of my favorite songs by UK rapper Dave, and in the song Titanium, one eye on my ops, 2 eyes on my friends, because at least with my ops, man knows their intentions. Which honestly does not prove my point at all, because these people are my enemies, and so I should probably look at my friends more. But still just be generally aware, okay? Just know your enemy too. I realize that proved the opposite of my point, but know your enemy, okay? Art of war.
True. Boxing on the beat to boxing out his meat, losing almost everything he's ever worked for, because now this is his entire reputation. On the internet, everybody that knows this man's existence, or even don't, and found out about him through this terrible decision like me, are all clowning on him and making jokes about it.
Blows my mind too. If you literally, this guy had 50 racks, you could have paid 10 to dress up like the girl you had animated take your clothes off, to literally dress up like that character and take your clothes off in real life, bro.
I'm sure you're wondering what the video even is, because I'm talking about it like it's on par with the Chapter Black tapes, and honestly, after seeing it for myself, I can definitely say it is. The user posted the entire AMV onto her page. I want to clarify that this is just a leaker and not one of the artists that actually took the time and the pockets out of Verbal to make this monstrosity that will play for you now. Which won't be much of it, because by the 2-minute mark, it was starting to look like 50 Shades of Grey if it was produced by Nickelodeon.
Yo, you're telling me he doesn't like being dominated? Let's let's connect the dots here, all right? Someone said you can't say you don't want this to be you. Actually, I can say I don't want this to be me, because I am not wanting to be anything what just happened to that poor guy on the video that he commissioned. I'll pass. Dude, look at him. He's so like submissive, and he's blushing, and he's falling in. Dude, someone says, "Acheeto, are you black?" Yeah, I'm 75% black. Verbalase is he's married. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is indefensible. This is indefensible. This needs to be used in the court, the divorce court, by his wife when she files for divorce, which I hope she does. I hope she does. Is he married to a white woman? Oh wait, that's his mom. Huh. Okay, thank God. Doug, did you know he's homophobic? Bro, how you gonna be homophobic and then do this shit, bro? All right, looks like, I don't know. I don't know if his wife. I can't find any pictures of his wife. Alright. Yo. Yeah, officer, it's him, officer. Take him to jail. But you can't do handcuffs, because if you look too much like that girl, then he'll be bricked up. Okay, what the f is what I'm gonna conclude that video by saying. Just, wow. Animator was 15. Holy shit, is that real? Someone confirm that for me? Can someone please confirm that? I don't want to act as if I'm like 100% sure. You know what I mean? Or like I can't definitively agree. You know what I mean? That does sound insane though. That's been debunked. I don't care if you have infinite money, generational wealth. You could literally lose it all. I think I'd rather you lose 50K, like set it on fire, you know, literally burn the cash and have it evaporate to a crisp, than have it go to this. I think actually the warmth that you were given from the burning hundreds of thousands of dollars, the burning tens of thousands of dollars, would have been more productive to your life than this. So yeah, you see, this is what I'm talking about earlier. It's like these weird, they're not even furries, they're just like cartoon, like addicts. Like, what is this? Like, it's like they draw original characters, but just like butt-ass naked. I don't understand this. Like, it's very strange, very bizarre. And I've noticed it. It's like literally getting like their own original characters and drawing them butt naked and bragging about it to other addicts. It's very strange. It's like a very strange thing. I don't like, where are these people? Because I always I have this thing where I can't think of just a Twitter user as a Twitter user. I have to like think of where I would see them or encounter them in real life, and I don't even know where they would be. Where are they? Are they, like, where would they be, you know? Not at the gym. Not anywhere. I don't know where they'd be, you know? Draws MILF anime feet pics and has aggressively spicy takes. I know it's so overused. I just don't, like, was there, like, a father in the equation of your upbringing?